Hi, my name is Raymond Sexton. I'm an independent candidate for Dublin North East. I was born and brought up in Limerick inner city, a fantastic city with lots of challenges. I call it Fab City. I spent my childhood and youth in scouting, and I camped and hiked all over Ireland. What a wonderful country, what a wonderful countryside and fantastic environment to grow up. I was inspired locally by Jim Kemmy. Jim Kemmy was a real politician. He used to work on a daily basis as a stonemason and still handle political problems. Sean Lemass was another hero of mine who helped bring this country into the modern era. And my favourite of all is Charles Stewart Parnell, who was the first person to bring the people together in a unified way. I had free education, and I went to UCC and graduated as an engineer, and went on to do a postgraduate in marine technology in University of Strathclyde. That was a difficult time because I was disappointed I had to leave this Ireland at the time. My first job was actually on a FÁS scheme, making canvas products. Having qualified, there was nowhere to go. So we ended up helping make sacks and other canvas products. And another thing to keep myself busy was helping my dad. I used to be good at holding nails, whether they were oval or round nails. I emigrated in the mid-1980s, unfortunately. I got on the Slattery's bus in Limerick and headed for Scotland. It wasn't a pleasant experience at the time. I went on to work in Scotland, Norway and Australia. I spent quite a amount of years in Australia, and I came back in 1994. I've got extensive experience in offshore engineering. Offshore engineering is a fascinating area because it's such an intense industry. There's so little scope for error and there's no room for bull or waffle. I've also spent time in heavy manufacture and major public and industrial projects where multiple people had to work together to deliver projects on time within budget, in spite of their different views. In the end, everybody had to focus on the overriding vision of delivering the project. I've been very active in Ireland-US relations and the promotion of foreign direct investment into Ireland and into Northern Ireland. Some of the people in the United States have been disappointed with our progress in recent years. They see us as having squandered our opportunity. They see it like a pimply teenager at times. For the last 15 years, I've been involved in North-South trade, peace and reconciliation. And that has been a fantastic experience because I've had to meet people from every background, every angle of society. And up there, it's fantastic because they all realize they have to work together for the common good. I'm an avid rugby supporter, and I support Leinster and Munster. But when Munster plays Leinster, there's no choice. I'm a Munster man. Nothing is impossible for the faithful and the brave. Currently, I'm a coach and was chairman of the Minis and Youth section at Suttonians RFC on the north side. It's a fantastic club with a huge mini organisation for underage rugby. Fantastic motto called Fágabalach, cleared away. What a powerful motto for this country at the moment. Some people translate it a bit cruder than that. I've been active in community activities through the Howth Sutton Community Council, Howth Tidy Towns, and I've been a sponsor of a community employment scheme for over 10 years. There's some right-wing people claiming a relationship with the social projects, etc., but I've been there for a long time. I'm a father, a husband, a son, a brother, a friend, a citizen, and I tend to chat a bit on the dart. Or maybe sometimes if you're up the back of the 31 bus. An odd time, I enjoy a good sing-song, and I'm known to tell an odd good joke. Why am I standing? What a question. I've decided to stand as an independent for Dublin North East because I was angry and frustrated. Because the project that I bought into, the Ireland I bought into, the Ireland I was loyal to, the whole dream has been shattered progressively. I returned to Ireland in 1994. And I was fortunate to return then, having left Ireland in the mid-80s. I joined a very exciting time here in Ireland. And then we were fortunate at that stage that the peace process was initiated. I had never imagined that the peace process would have started. I had come back assuming that it would have been a perpetual issue. I came back, I engaged in the Celtic Tiger, the real Celtic Tiger, where we made things, provided services, delivered goods, delivered value. It's all about value. I participated with many friends, colleagues, and associates in delivering multiple major projects here in Ireland that were world-class and of the highest standards. We worked together. We overcame many arguments, many differences of opinion, but because there was an overriding common goal of delivering a project, we overcame those issues. The country took off, and due to a collection of circumstances, every man, woman, and child in this country suddenly believed in the dream. The dream was that we could once in our history have peace and prosperity, and that we could take our place among the nations around the world with our head held high. We know how we delivered peace. That's the real strength. But what I want to do now is use some of the knowledge that we did use for delivering peace, to deliver prosperity for all. Peace was important and is important because everybody signed up for it and everybody knew that the future had to be fair, transparent, and there had to be a proper future for everybody. As you know, our prosperity has been squandered. But the good news is we still have the knowledge of how we delivered the original prosperity and also how we delivered the peace. And if we now work together, we can actually make progress towards delivering prosperity again. We need to buy into an incremental progress towards an agreed, powerful, and engaging vision for the future. In that vision, we should bring all parties, all sections of society, and our friends and colleagues and family abroad into the picture. We need to look after our citizens overseas. We've got in excess of, is it 3 or 4 million Irish citizens overseas which currently have no vote? We need to bring them forward into the process. I, as an independent, am willing to innovate, come up with new ideas, deliver, use my knowledge to deliver. But most importantly, I'd like to take responsibility. If I get something wrong, I'll say I get it wrong, because that's the only way you can perform as an engineer. If you tell someone it is okay and it is not okay, that is not acceptable. I would like to take charge of creating this vision for the future and be part of a very positive process to leave the gombeans and their petty arguments and their innuendos, cronyism and backslapping. Leave it all behind. I ask you, some will ask me, who am I? I'm just an Irish citizen who has had enough, unable to pay bills, drowning in red letters, just trying to feed my children, support my family, and get on with my life. I have felt the pain. I feel it every day. But in the end, I found that the best therapy is to get off my backside and to do something. Because I found if by doing something, I feel better about myself. And I ask everybody to vote for me. Because if you get off your backsides, we'll all feel better for ourselves.